Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad, this is my channel Adam Orange, and this week in 3D Metal Model News. There's been a bit of activity on the Metal Earth subreddit this past week, starting with Reddit user Travis Cat, who posted on the Metal Earth subreddit a couple of models in the Disney Springs store at Disney. There is a picture, he shared a picture of an in-color X-Wing, Starfighter, and Millennium Falcon from Metal Earth. So I guess it's about time that Metal Earth released some more of the Star Wars lineup in color. The Star Wars models seem to do fairly well for them. I know there's been some in-color models and knockoff brands for quite a while now. And it's about time that they kind of went back and revisited and released a few of the originals in color. It's a little bit disappointing that they're coming exclusive from Disney, but I guess really not that surprising. So right now it looks like you have to either know somebody or go to a Disney store or shop to pick them up, but in time they probably will be available either through eBay or through the Disney shop store online. And also, hopefully, I'm not saying this is at all confirmed, but hopefully they will continue to release more of the older in-color models, Star Wars models, like they seem to be re-releasing a lot of other models in color as well. And it kind of makes sense that they'll release a little bit at a time and see how it goes. So here's to hoping, personally, that they do re-release some of those other models in color. I would buy and do them again. Don't know if that I'll do another review video, because I'm assuming the builds will probably be the same, just in color. But yeah, I'd probably buy them to add to my collection. Now, Yin Fundy, who has posted several times before about upcoming models from EMU, as well as other models coming soon to, say, AliExpress, has just posted another wonderful Transformers model. We have Starscream here, as you can see on the screen behind me, and I'll post some more pictures as I talk. I think a lot of people have been waiting for Starscream. It's finally coming. Yafandi so far has been on target with models that are coming soon. When he posts them on Reddit, they do tend to appear fairly quickly on somewhere on AliExpress, if not Crazy Toys website directly. So a lot of people are looking forward to this. I know I am. The EMU Transformers models have really been a hit. This one looks amazing. The pictures, somebody else had already made this comment, it almost looks like the actual toy. It doesn't even look like a metal model. It's just the color and design of it is just wonderful. And they've posted several pictures, some close-up pictures. It looks like also there might be some pieces that are removable or interchangeable, like interchangeable fists or guns. So I'm assuming there's a lot of magnets in work, because I've seen over time with the EMU Transformers models, they started incorporating magnets into their design so you can interchange some of the pieces. I just recently finished the Bumblebee model, which is held together by magnets. Not really a necessary thing, but that's the way they designed it. Probably, maybe that was an experiment to continue more in the future with using magnets to make things interchangeable. But this looks amazing. It's wonderful. I hope they keep up with the Transformers lineup. And don't know how big this is going to be because I don't have any details about it, but I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere near the same size of Optimus Prime, the G1 Optimus Prime. I'm loving the G1 lineup personally. Now, I didn't start off with Metal Earth this time because really nothing has changed on their website or on Fascination's website. They still have the same models listed as coming soon. Nothing has switched over, nothing new has been posted, but I will say that on Twitter, I did notice a response that they had made to someone else. Game of Thrones Iconics will be available soon. They will be in stores by the end of the month for sure. RDR2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Sorry, every time I see RDR2, I think R2D2, and it confuses me. Red Dead Redemption 2 is exclusive to Rockstar Games, and they have released, but we have a set of old Western models coming out this summer. So this was a response to someone else, something they put, but I thought it was interesting. A lot of people are asking, when are the Game of Thrones models going to come? And I have said that Metal Earth doesn't seem to like to give specific dates because they depend on other suppliers to get them their models, and they don't want to be wrong and disappoint people. But the fact that they're saying that we will be available soon, by the end of this month for sure, they're coming. Hang on, they're coming. And also, speaking of Twitter, I did notice another post, an interesting post that was shared by Metal Earth, and I had to do some digging around to even understand what it was about. But it looks like TESPA and ROC, which is short for Republic of Gamers, has teamed up, or at least this is what the initial Twitter reshared post was about, or tweet was about. It was about an exclusive Metal Earth eye logo model that was released, I guess, to Republic of Gamers. for them to use in events, and also include with certain, I think, laptops that they're selling. And there were several events that were being held. Most of them have already passed, unfortunately. There's one left that's coming up in Australia where you can attend this event and pick up one of these exclusive models for yourself. Otherwise, you pretty much have to buy a laptop, which is a little out there just to get a model, but that's the way it is. However, what started this whole research of mine to try and find out what's going on was this particular post on Twitter saying that TESPA and ROC have teamed up and to do some special events of their own where you can get these models. Now ROC, Republic, is short for Republic of Gamers, is a brand used by Asus since 2006, encompassing a range of computer hardware, personal computers, peripherals, and accessories oriented primarily towards PC gaming. And I believe that this model is based, or a design based on their I logo, and was given to them. Now the TESPA, from what I gather and from what I've seen, TESPA is a network of college clubs founded to promote gaming culture and host the best college esports events and competitions. Together, our members are growing collegiate esports across North America, both on campus and inside packed arenas. So originally this started off as something that the ROC was doing events and giving out these models, or you could buy a laptop. Now unfortunately most of those have passed, but they've apparently also teamed up with TESPA to do events through TESPA, and then TESPA is all college based, so if you have a college in your area, you're a college student, you might still be able to get one of these models through their program. I'll put links into some of the different stuff in the description down below so you can look into it yourself. A little disappointing. Metal Earth does seem to do a lot of exclusive models, and that's kind of cool, but disappointing for those of us who really want to collect all the different things. This one's going to be a little bit difficult to secure. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on eBay to see if any of them pop up. But yeah, that's the gist of it. I'm not going to go any more in depth. There's some links in the description if you want to find out more and see if there's a way you can get some of them. But yeah, the interesting little thing that popped up on Twitter. I also looked around on AliExpress and on crazytoys.co.uk's website to see if I can find any more new models coming up. And the one thing that I did find actually confused me a little bit. It looks like, and I've seen this both on AliExpress, on several different stores, and on crazytoys.co.uk, there's an MU Chinese Kung Fu building and an MU Tower of Treasure. At least that's how they're listed on Crazy Toys website and Crazy Toys AliExpress store. And they look very similar to some recent architectural buildings that were put out. Now I immediately thought, oh, these are new, I'm going to talk about them. I did look on some of the other stores in AliExpress, and some of the other stores are also carrying them. But then I got to thinking, am I just getting confused? Are these the same buildings that came out before? And I'm just getting confused. So I went back to my old video, found the link that I had shared in the description to follow it to compare. The link no longer works, so something's been moved around. I'm not sure. Got a little confused for a bit, but I am pretty sure these are two new models. They look very similar, but you know, they're very different buildings. They're colorful. They're Chinese architecture, and according to crazytoys.co.uk's website, these two models do come with LED lights, which is along the lines of what one of the things MU has been doing lately, architectural buildings that come with LED lights so you can light them up. So that's pretty cool. And I do also find it interesting, while while Crazy Toys is calling one of the buildings the Kung Fu building, and I think I said that incorrectly earlier. I said it with a G. I meant Kung Fu building. Another AliExpress store is showing the same building, but they're calling it by a different name. They're calling it the Fist of Fury, but it looks to be the same model. So that's just a Chinese to English translation. And then you've got the Building Treasure. It looks to be the same name on several different sites. So between those two things, it confused me for a bit, but I'm pretty sure these are two new models, two new MU models, two new architecture models with LED lights that are coming up. And there'll be links in the description down below to the Crazy Toys website where you can find them, but you can also search on several different stores on AliExpress to find the same models depending on where you would like to shop. And this week's question of the week is not one pulled directly from YouTube. It's actually, I want to talk about a conversation that I had with one of my Patreon supporters and viewers about last week's video. And I guess you could summarize the whole thing with the question of, have you partnered with or are you being paid by Time for Machine? They brought up a concern after last week's video where I had talked a lot about the upcoming Kickstarter from Time for Machine and whether or not I was actually partnering with them. And I do try to maintain transparency here and let you know that if I'm being paid for something or if somebody sent me a model to thank them for that, and I wasn't clear about what's going on with Time for Machine, so I want to clear that up right now. In a nutshell, what happened a couple of weeks ago before last week's video, I did get a message from Time for Machine on Instagram stating, and I really had to reread this because this happened kind of quickly and I forgot all of what they said, so I'm going to read the actual text or actual message. Hi, I'm now on Kickstarter. Can you make a post about it? Question mark. Here or on YouTube, period. I will pay, period. Your audience is very similar to mine. Thank you. Honestly, I had already been watching for this Kickstarter. I had seen several pictures being shared by Time for Machine about new models that weren't on their website, and I had heard hints that a Kickstarter was coming soon. I was keeping an eye out for that Kickstarter with the intentions of sharing that with my viewers and with my audience. When they sent me that message, my first thought was, yes, I've got to share this. I've been waiting for this Kickstarter to start. I want to share it with my viewers, in part because it's 3D metal model news, and in part, I know that several people who watch my videos had made the comments that these models are pricey, and they are. I also know that looking back on their previous Kickstarter, because this is the second round for them, if you get in on the Kickstarter, you get in at a cheaper price for these models. And I thought people would like to know that. So my first response, I didn't actually respond. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't say how much are you willing to pay. I didn't ask for any outlines. I honestly just shared. I shared it on Instagram. I shared it on my Patreon for my Patreon supporters, and I already started planning, looking into information about it, and started planning for my video that Friday, because I do make an outline of what I'm going to talk about. Not necessarily a script, but I started working on that outline and including that information. Later on, when I had some spare time, I sent them a message, yes, I'm going to share this. Honestly, I would have done this without any prompting or offer of payment. I never asked, what are you going to pay? I wasn't even concerned. But in response to that, around the time I was making the video, after I was done with the video, I did check my email and they did offer to send me a line of their models, of their Kickstarter models, once the Kickstarter was over. And I do appreciate that. I very much look forward to that. I want to share that yes, I was offered to be paid to share that post. I did share the post. They are in essence going to pay me for it by sending me models. I shared it before even asking what's the payment because I wasn't even concerned about that. I wanted my viewers to know. But in the end, I have more or less been paid to share that information, and I want you to know what's going on. I wanted to be clear. I wanted to clear the air about that, to let you know, to let my viewers know exactly what was going on. I had the intentions of sharing that anyway. I was offered to be paid. Wasn't concerned with how much or if they actually were going to pay, but they have. They are going to send me models, and I am going to benefit by it. This channel is going to benefit by it, and I'm very thankful for that. Thankful to Time for Machine for giving me this opportunity to share and for offering me the models. And I'm going to take them up on it. If they do send me the models, there will be more build reviews coming of those models. I do want to thank my Patreon supporters, and this list is pretty much in alphabetical order as it's presented to me on my Patreon information page. I want to thank Andrew S. I want to thank Chris Paskowitz, Giovanni Filardo, Hugh Morrison, Kaj Nielsen, Ken Crowan, Kendall Fargo, and Man Hoang for being a Patreon supporter once again this month and supporting this channel. I do also want to give a thanks out again to Andrew S., Justin Schuler, and Metal Earth for sending me models to build. Andrew has sent me some models to build in the past. There's one that's be coming up here in the future. Justin Schuler has sent me a couple of models, one of which I've already built. Another one is again coming up in the future. And Metal Earth has sent me on numerous occasions models to build and review. And I do consider this support as well. So thank you very much to these individuals or company for sending me models to build. It helps keep this channel going. It's just such a wonderful and sharing community, the Metal Earth community, and how everyone in it seems to help each other with their builds, help each other enjoy the hobby, how giving everyone is with information, with spare models, with whatever. It's such a wonderful community to be a part of. I'm honored to be a part of it, and I thank everyone who continues to support me in bringing these build videos and news videos to YouTube, to the tiny screen or big screen or whatever screen you're watching this on. I'll leave it at that. Again, there are links in the description down below. As always, thank you for watching, and keep on keeping on.